Today, we are headed into the Fresh Market. This is the grand opening, a brand new location at 2321 Sir Barton Way in Lexington, Kentucky. We're headed right into the floral department. They have flowers, they have beautiful cards. They offer fresh flowers. They have them delivered throughout the week, and you can create some beautiful arrangements for any occasion. They offer custom gift baskets. They will prepare the gift baskets specifically to meet the needs of the recipient. These are absolutely just stunning colors here. They are open 7 days a week. They're open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And typically, the reason why this fresh market is so amazing is because typically a fresh market store is 18,000 to 23,000 square feet. So this location, this brand new location, is 34,400 square feet. So this is a newer design and it is larger for a premium experience. And we could really tell the difference. There was more room to walk around. There's a lot more floor space. You can get a lot more people in an area. It was very bright and easy to see. You can see how much room we have here to look around. And like I said, this was during the grand opening, so they were very busy, and yet we still had plenty of space. They offer both curbside pickup and delivery. And, on their website, they have lots to look at on the website. They have a recipe section where you can choose, the category. If you're having a hard time deciding, look at this olive bar. If you're having a hard time deciding what you wanna have for dinner or what you wanna serve for company or something like that, they have a recipe section, and you can choose whatever category you're interested in, and then they'll give you the recipe. They have a monthly magazine, that is, on the website, and you can see that monthly magazine. You can look through it. It has the full pages, just like it looks exactly like if you were to get it in the mail. It has gift ideas, meal ideas. It's exactly what you get in the mail. Their seafood department, they have a great selection of fresh fish and shellfish, including seasonal Alaskan salmon, wild caught sashimi, quality tuna, and cocktail shrimp that are cooked in shell with absolutely no preservatives. They provide the freshest, most flavorful live shellfish offerings, including mussels to clams and oysters. They also feature a range of prepared seafood, including marinated and stuffed fish, breaded shrimp, smoked salmon, and ultimate crab cakes. Their meats are hand cut and trimmed by expert butchers, and those butchers are on duty at all times and in all the stores. Their premium choice beef is tender and savory due to, in large part, to having superior marbling and includes only the top 10% of all beef in the US. Right here, we are in the bakery, and the bakery, you just probably saw they had the kringle, they have slices of cake if you just want a slice, or you can buy the whole cake if you want to, and look how beautiful they are here, and they have, that was cheesecake. I was pointing to a piece of cheesecake that we hadn't had before. They had a pistachio cake, they had, like, chocolate mousse and lemon. In their bakery, they have fruit tarts, they have classic sourdough breads, they have, croissants that are baked, in the store. They have fresh apple pies. This was a Yule log that I'm pointing to right here. Kevin said he thought that the strawberry cake looked delicious, which it did. And then we're here at Christmas time, so you'll see lots of seasonal things right here. But these cakes are just beautiful, and I love how the cases are lit up. You can see everything really well, and they're nice and clean. What you're seeing here is a large selection of cinnamon rolls. And then we're going to look over at the cakes again and then the bread. Look at the wall of bread, and it smelled terrific. And they had everything that you you or your heart desires. They had all different breads, the loaves, they had rolls, they had flatbreads, and then we're moving right along here, and we're gonna hit the dairy department next. And they did have, our eggnog that we love. Kevin's pointing to the eggnog. But look at all the brands they have to choose from. One of the things that we noticed about this location was they seem to have more brands than our usual location. So we, of course, they have the same things, but then there was just a lot more added on. So and even just like the cookies here, the Sweet Lawrence, you might get 2, varieties of Sweet Lawrence at the other store. Here you got 3 varieties, and I don't mean that's just an example, but it was that way with everything. Everything seemed like you got more, like just like the eggs here. And now we're on to the ice cream, and I can tell you for a fact there's a lot more ice cream because our little store that we are used to going to, they have very, very little ice cream in my opinion, and they always have the same ones, and they really don't have room to get in, any new ones. So, like, here's all the Nightingale ice creams, which you all know if you watch our videos. I absolutely love these Nightingale ice cream bars at the top here, and we've actually tried all these, but they have so many here, and later on in this video, you're gonna see where they also keep them up front, and I think that is so smart, that they have some, like, to go, like, for impulse shopping, and then on down here in the freezer department, first of all, I love it that these doors are so clean, and it's so bright, and you can see so well everything in here. But our, um and I hate to sound like I'm complaining about our old location because I really did like our old location. I was very, very grateful for it. But this store just has so much more space that they just have so much more to choose from that it's really nice, and we're very, very grateful for it, and I'm glad that they have more, offerings. Kevin made the comment when we were right in this department, he said, "This is more like Whole Foods," and I completely agree with him. This is more like the selection that we get in Whole Foods to where we have a lot to choose from, and it's not so limited. They have lots of pizzas to choose from. I'm pointing at one right there that we had not tried before. We have reviewed a lot of the urban pie, but we hadn't reviewed that one. They also had some of the Fresh Market brand flatbread pizzas, and I don't believe we've ever tried any of those. So now I'm just kind of looking over the store, trying to show you where we're at back here, trying to show you the layout. This is the beer section. They have a wide selection of craft and local beers and wine. And this section is always so much fun to look at because there's some pretzels on the other side, which pairs great with the beer. But Kevin and I both like looking at the labels and the names of these. They're so creative with the names and the labels, and a lot of them have some really fancy artwork. And, this is the front of the store. So right here, this is the cabinet that I was telling you about earlier with the Nightingale ice creams, and you can just grab one of those and go, and those are the full-size ice cream sandwiches. So I know in, like, Whole Foods, they have the small ones, the chomps, but those were full size. And this is their Dubai, this is their like, they have B-Max, and this is a B-Max Dubai chocolate Christmas truffles. If you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is right below this video. It's linked, but I posted a picture of that on Instagram. And we have tried the BMAX bar, the Dubai chocolate, and the truffles, but that was just a special truffle box for Christmas. And this is up front towards the checkouts, but they have this is their Christmas section, and they have all their, like, peppermint barks and stuff like that, and then, this is their, like, pick and mix section, so you can pick and choose what you want to put in a bag, you don't you can get the stuff bagged if you want, but it's nice to be able to choose what you want. And then I was looking around here to see what Christmas stuff they had. Of course, they have lots of chocolates and the Haribo. And then I was telling Kevin during this section, I said, you could buy lots of this stuff and try it for your lunchtime review channel. If you don't know, Kevin has another channel. I have to promote it whenever I can. And that channel is called Lunchtime Review. And so there's lots of things here that he could review for that channel. This is their candy section. Again, they do have packaged candies like regular candy bars and stuff like that. But then in these jars, you can pick and mix. So if your favorite thing is, mint jelly beans, for example, then you could get a whole bag of just those, and you don't have to get a bag of mixed, flavors that you don't want. And, this is the Fresh Market brand, what I was just pointing at, and I was glad to see those actually on the shelf because, at the store that we're used to going to, we could only ever find those at the checkout, like, once you had checked out and you were leaving, it's like, "Oh, I woulda bought those if I had seen them earlier." So they actually have those, available on the shelf. So, besides their extensive variety of candies, and jelly beans and gummy bears and stuff like that, they have a very large area of nuts, seeds, snack mixes, dried fruits, and more. And once again, so they are packaged, as you can see here on the right, but then on the left, it is pick and mix. So, or a lot of it is. So you can choose exactly how much you want, how little you want. You don't have to get a certain amount. And then this is their the fruits that they have. Kevin was really impressed. They had the almond butter, they had peanut butter, and I mean, you could make it fresh right there. They also have packaged peanuts and nutty snacks if that's what you're interested in. And now we're heading down to, the bars. So, there were so many bars, and, this is, such a big market right now, and I saw lots of brands that we have never heard of before, that we have not tried, and then I'm trying to look from the left to the right so we can s you could see what's on each side of the aisle like you're there with me. Right here, we have all of these, drinks we have tried a lot of, and then I go back over here. There was a brand right there called Balanced Tiger, and I was telling Kevin, I said, I don't think I've ever heard of Balanced Tiger before, and that was just one of the brands. And of course, I don't know if they're any good or not, but a lot of these drinks we have tried. Olipop and yeah, but I'm pointing to a bunch, and some of these I just have no clue what they are. The David bars, I noticed right here, I thought, oh, they have David bars. Now, they do not have, I think they only had like four flavors there, but I was still impressed that they even have David bars because a lot of places don't have them. And we had only been able to find them in our area at the vitamin shop. So I thought, well, that's good that they sell those there. And then cookies, of course, they have lots and lots of cookies. And Tim Tams, the Rip Van. And now we're into like the specialty waters and stuff like that, which we never buy specialty waters. We drink regular water out of the tap. But this is the Fresh Market brand cookies, which we've reviewed a lot of. They have the Dr. Brown's, I think it's called, and then this is more of the candies that they have already packaged for you, and then I believe we might be headed, uh, let's see, okay, so here's the peanut butters, and I always love looking at the peanut butters, the nut butters to see if there's, some new ones. Of course, there's always gonna be a lot that we haven't tried, but I always like to look and see if anything stands out to me. And then over here we have, this is the baking area. So if you ever have a recipe where you have some like if you ever buy, for example, a British cookbook. So a lot of times British cookbooks, they name things that you might think are odd or that they're just not common to Walmart or something like that. The fresh market is really good to go in for those niche things because they sell those kind of odd ingredients that you might not be able to find at other stores. They do have a lot of British items in here. This these cookies, we had just reviewed some of these, the Better Batch, some of these cookies from we bought them from Target and they were seasonal, but then we saw that brand in here and, it was nice to see those on the shelf. This is the coffee section. They have a very wide variety of coffee beans from across the globe, and, of course, you can buy the coffee bagged, but then you can also um, get the beans ground there. You can do that right there in the store. I can remember going to the store with my parents when I was little, and they used to always grind their own beans. And I looked forward to it because it always smelled absolutely wonderful. And now that I think about it, they might have that in the store, some stores now, but I don't know that it's as common to have that as it used to be. Across the way, you see those paninis. We'll be back. We'll be back to those in a few minutes. But I was just trying to give you a quick look at them there. They have huge paninis. And then here we see some specialty cheeses. And now we're going around the bend. And I like how they take advantage of the end caps. So, like, if the dairy section is too busy and you don't wanna go all the way over there, then they do have some other places where you can get a carton of milk if you don't wanna walk all the way over there. And so here we are in, the fruits, and then Kevin was really impressed with all of these spices that they had that were just ready to go. They're like, you could just take it, and use it, it's already made up for you, or you could take it and put it in, your own container at home. He really liked that. It was in packets, so instead of being, like, in a jar or something like that, if you have a container at home, you could pour that plastic package into your container at home. Um, but then down through here, this is a lot of the international foods. So you can see they have a lot to choose from. On the right-hand side here, they had lots of barbecue sauces, and then over here on the left side, you have more of the international foods, and like I said, I'm trying to give you a shot of both sides as we walk down the aisle. They have my mustard up there. They have your ketchup and just your traditional condiments, but then also they have a lot of, specialty stuff as well. And I was impressed with this area. They had a lot of the Manischewitz brand, but then they also have common brands like Lipton. They had the Lipton onion soup if you wanted to use that. So that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of common brands, but then it's um, some cool brands that you just don't see everywhere. You'll notice they have lots of soup, but they do not have Campbell's soup. So I do not know why they do not sell Campbell's soup, but they do not. And so now straight ahead of us is Charlie's Chips. Charlie's Chips were something that were around when I was a kid. My parents used to know, they used to have a Charlie the Chip Man. I think Kevin's parents had a Charlie the Chip Man too. Um, this is the chip aisle. So you have chips and pretzels and stuff like that on the right, and then on the left you have the salad dressings. And you get some very specialized salad dressings. You really I don't know if they have Kraft. Like I don't know if they sell Kraft salad dressing at all. But like the potato chips, they have Kettle Brand chips, which are really good. Of course, I'm gonna show you the oils and stuff like that. But they have Kettle Brand chips, which we like. We've tried the Fresh Market, we've tried a bunch of these brands, but now they do not sell like Lay's potato chips. So, which if you go to Whole Foods, they don't sell Lay's potato chips either. But that's just something that I would want to point out to you. If you're running in there and you need to get a bag of Lay's, you're not gonna find them in here. Um, this is all the jerky, and then they have mushrooms. They have, like, dried mushrooms and stuff like that. They have their pasta here. They have a really nice pasta section, including gluten-free pasta. And now we're making our way around. We're going past the bakery again. And now we're headed down even more drinks. So you think you've seen all the drinks, you haven't. And they do sell Coca-Cola. So even though they don't sell Campbell soup and Lay's potato chips, you can buy a Coke in there, which is good. This is the dog food. So they have small area pet supplies. And then we have our bougie waters, stuff like that, the Waterloo and stuff that we don't drink. This is the cleaners, and they do have a lot of specialty cleaners. Then we see more of the drinks, trying to hit both sides when we go down. They were busy because, like I said, it's the grand opening. And so when we can go down an aisle and I can get both sides for you, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And then here we have oh, I wanted to show you the mincemeat. That yes, we do have mincemeat. And then this is an end cap, and it just has random stuff in it. So pizzas, ice cream. There was lasagna. Kevin said that cheese lasagna sounds really good. And then you can see that ice cream on our left. And now we're making our way down to the crackers. So they have a really nice selection of crackers. If you're gonna have a party and you want to have, like, different meats and cheeses and stuff like that, you could go to that special department, or you could come here and just pick out a box because they do have some nice brands, and we've tried a bunch of these. Let me take this opportunity while we're here to, I want to talk to you about the ultimate loyalty experience. That's what they call it. But while we're in the cracker aisle, because I can't talk about crackers all day, but it is free to join the ultimate loyalty experience. And you get exclusive savings, you get rewards for repeated purchases, you get a free slice of birthday cake. You also get you save 5% on every curbside order. Now, I do have to tell you, we are members of the Ultimate Loyalty Experience, but we have never gotten any of those things. And the reason we've never gotten any of those things is because you have to meet certain criteria. This is the cheese selection. In the deli department, there's their specialty cheeses. Oh, Kevin wanted me to see some of the stuff in the bakery. Hold on, we'll get back to the cheese. These are like little crumb cakes, like these little crumb tarts. And I was telling him, oh, we've never had any of these. So let's get one of each flavor. And so, like, they had a wild berry and a pecan and a cherry and an apple. And then Kevin was telling me that these big tarts, he said, those look awfully good. And so I was telling him, I said, well, let's get one of those too. And so he picked one of those up for us. But you can see beyond that, they had like half half pies as well. So you can get a whole pie, that's fine. But if it's just like you, or you and a friend, then you can get half if you wanted to. And then they had these little cute, this Rubicon brand. These were just really cute little cakes. And then they had some gluten-free options. But then the cheeses, I was telling you about the cheese department. They have deli meats and cheeses that are imported and specialty cheeses and a selection of gourmet entrees, salads, and sides. They offer sushi that is made fresh daily. And they also have prepared dishes and they have a case full of hot food choices. So, in just a second, we're going to go around and you're going to see they have pizzas and stuff like that. They have a full kitchen here. So, since they have a full kitchen, they're making all of this. So, even in our smaller store, our usual store, they have all of these, and they are always very busy at lunch. So, this is the produce section. And they take their produce, their fresh foods very seriously. They source produce from around the corner and around the world to bring the freshest, tastiest choices all year long. Their fruits and veggies are carefully curated for optimal flavor and nutrition. So these were really cool. These were like boards that they have cheeses, they have nuts. This is up front. They even have a place where you can sit. So to end this video out, I wanted to show you, they gave us these bags when we went into the new Fresh Market, and we didn't realize they're actually goodie bags. So they have stuff in them. So I haven't peeked at all. I have no idea. And they probably have the same things in them. Make sure I get everything. Okay, so we have had these, Henrietta said, we've had these, I don't remember if we've had Nashville hot chicken, but we have had that brand of nuts, and they're really good, peanuts. This is some tea, the Republic of Tea. This is blueberry. And then we have some of their Fresh Market candy bars. This is a pink Himalayan sea salt, and this is a cacao. This is a 72%. And then, ooh, Oatly. A little button from Oatly. And then another Republic of Tea. This is the British breakfast. That'll be good. And then we have a Chihuahua. Oh my s'mores. So then that was in my bag. And let's see what Kevin got. He may have got the exact same thing. But I can tell you right now, it is a very, very nice store. We were really impressed. We will definitely be shopping in there because they have twice as many items. They have
more room, brighter.
Yes, it's brighter. There's a lot more selection.
Our cell phones work in there.
Yes, we have cell service in there where we don't have cell service at the other one. So we got the same tea, same hibiscus. We got 2 of these, and then we got an Unreal bar. And then we got another, Henrietta said, this is the lemon pepper. So that's really cool.
Is that a different, the orange one? That one came in.
This is a crunchy toffee pretzel.
Okay, so we did get two different candies.
Yes. So we just didn't get a pin in the other one, but I mean, this is nice that they did this.